Hey y'all, so today we are going to do an in-depth makeup tutorial. I was between a full face and more of like a natural look. Today I am going to my sister, she works at a bar and they're having bottomless crab night for $30. You can't beat that anywhere. So I'm going and I figured this was a perfect time for me to film a makeup tutorial. And I think because of what night it is, I'll probably end up doing a more natural look. And then on Friday, we have a surprise date night. I won't say what it is just in case you can't hear me. But I'll do a full face for that night. So it's going to be more like a natural look. Might do a light eye. Of course, blush, concealer, the whole thing. It will be more full face, but I would say it will look more natural. And then on Friday it will look more like glam, basically. So to start off, my face is very shiny. Yes, I know. But I am having an eczema breakout on my face. It is around my eyes and around my mouth, and also on my chest right here. Anywhere that my body creases is where I get eczema if I have a flare up, basically. To start off, I don't like to do my makeup and then having to do my edges because then you end up messing up the makeup. So to start off, I actually do my edges. So right now, this isn't the usual edge control I use, but we have the Style Factor Edge Booster Extra Strength. And so I just take some of it and I put it on my edges. Not too much, but just enough. Make sure they just coat it a little bit. Take some and put it on my edges. And I'm not really like a big edge person. I just like them to be simple. I feel like when you have braids though, you really got to do them. Just pushing them back it really just makes the braids look so much better. And because I washed my braids today, they are a little fuzzy, but gotta do what I gotta do for my scalp, and it is what it is. I'm actually going to take a clip to hold this back out of my face, and right here, up, right here, and right here. And I figured I needed something to talk about while I do my makeup tutorial, because while I'm in between steps, I wanted to talk about something. So today we're going to talk about not waiting to do the things that you know that you need to do. So right now I'm basically just going to rub in this. I don't want this grease on like a part of my makeup routine, but I do want my face to be moisturized. And I really do like to rub the places where it is flared up. It gives it a lot of relief. Eczema can be painful, so I like to really rub those places. It really soothes it and really make sure that the product is getting into my skin. So it kind of like comes down here and down here, and it makes it really hard to maintain a good skincare routine because everything irritates your eczema. But nevertheless, we still gonna look good. So I try to, let me just wipe my finger off a little bit. So just try to like rub it in, make sure my face is moisturized. Because of my eczema, my under eye, even though I do what I need to prevent it, it's going to crease because of my eczema and just how it reacts. But yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with the One Size Secure the Blur. once I secure the blur primer, it's the Makeup Magnet Primer. It really does like blur your skin, and I feel like after I put it on, you'll be able to see that. So basically I kind of took that off of there, but basically 2 fingers, put some up there, put some down here, and just rub it in everywhere. And rub down the neck always, of course. And if you can tell the difference, it did like blur my skin a little bit. Next, I kind of double prime. I did use the oil sucker, and it is very good, but when you have, it's very good if you're like really oily, so I would just like use it in my T-zone, so like down here, right here. But because my eczema is messing up, I'm not going to dry my skin out more than what it already is, basically. Which one is this? This is Secure the Sweat. I'm sorry, correction. This oil sucker is so drying, like no matter what. I do not use this. It is actually very full. I just realized that. It is, if you're like a really oily person, I can see like how this will help. It's an extreme mattifying alkaline primer. That's not for me. That's what I will say. Now this Secure the Sweat is what I use in my T-zone. I will not use it all over my face because I am prone to eczema. I'm not going to basically do anything to harm my skin more, so I just use it in the places that I know I need it. So usually like right here on my forehead, and then like right here on my so in my T-zone, basically. That's usually where I have like the problems, basically. So this is really good, but because of my eczema is messed up, I'm not going to put that on my skin at all. I'm going to go in with the Power Grip Matte Primer by e.l.f. I really like this primer. I like this is the matte one. I really like the regular one, and I wanted to try the matte one because the regular one like made me look like shiny, made it look like dewy, and I was trying to avoid that, but so I got this one, and there's nothing wrong with this one. I think I just like the regular one better. And I was in Ulta the other day, and they had the other one, the big one of the Power Grip Primer. It was $25. I love e.l.f., but that is absurd. I feel like 25 is a bit much. Because it is mattifying, I am not going to put it anywhere I have acne. I'm going to go around it. It's not like drying or anything. It just has the effect of how it makes your makeup look, but I'm not going to put it in those places. I'm just going to go around that. Oh, so today we are talking about basically doing the things that you know you should be doing. And I think that for me, right now I am editing a New Orleans vlog. And we went to New Orleans in 2023. It is 2025. We went August of 2023. It is November 2025. So for the longest time, I was sitting on the content and I wasn't editing. I did have a lot of like going on in my life, so it kind of is what it is. But at the same time, I wasn't prioritizing it, and I was sitting. That's probably like the best vlog I have, and I was sitting on it for so long. So after every step, I do setting spray. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and she's that girl. She is that girl. After every single step, so primer, I do setting spray so how do I put this? So after my primer, but then the next thing I'm going to do is color correct. So once I apply the color correction, then I'm going to spray again. and then I'm going to basically smooth it out or blend it into my skin and then spray again. Now you don't have to like douse your skin or anything. It's just like a light spray because it sets every layer of application rather than setting a whole bunch of layers in one, if that makes sense. So there's that. And I have I don't know, I guess I needed to figure out, this wasn't working. Like fanning myself with my hand was not working. So I ended up using a wig cap. And it works perfect. I told myself I would buy like a fan to help. And I haven't bought it yet, so. It sounds annoying, but it works great. So just fan it a little bit. And then my next step is going to be color correcting. I feel like everybody used to color correct like back in I feel like I found out about color correcting maybe like 2014 or 2016 maybe, all the way up until like 2020. Now I feel like when I watch makeup tutorials, nobody color corrects. I still do. I usually use LA Pro Girl, but when I went into the hair store, they didn't have it. So this is RK by Kiss HD Concealer and Foundation. I don't know about, I guess they have different shades, so foundation would make sense, but this is still tried and true. I still get this. I don't feel there's a reason to spend money on like another one if this one works literally perfectly fine. I just have like hyperpigmentation here, and of course where my eczema is, so I just basically go around that. I also have it on my forehead a little bit, and this really helps if you have hyperpigmentation. I know that there is different colors are for different things, and then you have to get into color theory to figure out which color you should go into, how you should color correct for the different problems that you have with your skin. One thing about me, if I let my lips get too dry, then my eczema will start acting up and it'll just be the worst thing ever. So I always like to keep my lips moisturized, and it really tends to help with my eczema. So I basically just go in where I have dark marks and color correct. So back to the conversation I was having. Yeah, so I'm currently editing a vlog from 2023. When I say this is probably like, right now I of course will vlog, and that vlog is probably, that's when I told myself I would start my YouTube channel in 2023. I didn't start until 2025 because I didn't do what I was supposed to when I knew I was supposed to do it. And I told myself I would edit it. I told myself I would get to it. I told myself I would do it. And time went by. Then a few months went by. And the people that I went on a trip with, because it was probably like maybe eight of us, I think. It was maybe 8 of us. And they kept asking like, hey, like, where's the vlog? Where's the vlog? Where's the vlog? I was like, I'm working on it. I finally started working on it, and there was like a technical problem with the footage. It wasn't getting, I recorded the whole vlog on my phone, and it ended up turning out great too. It wasn't getting from my phone to my computer, and it kept crashing the software because I was editing on my iPad. Don't recommend it. I found this at TJ Maxx. It was at TJ Maxx, and I was going shopping for my sister. It was like 3 people's birthday that day. I vlogged it and everything. I was going shopping for their birthdays, and I was going to get this for my sister. I hope she don't see this because she might want it. But I was going to get this for my sister. These powder puffs are a bit big though. I was going to get this for my sister, but then I was like, I actually kind of need these because I do have beauty blenders and I have a lot. But these are dirty, and I did clean them, but they just got dirty again, and I'm ready to just throw them in the trash. So I just found these, and I'm going to use this one actually. I found these, and yeah, so Going on with a new beauty blender today. I tend to stick with one beauty blender even like after I use it until like I wash it, of course, but I tend to stick with one because it really does work. And as I said, after every step, because I just applied the color corrector, I'm going to set my face. Okay. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, people kept asking me, especially the people, because I was recording the whole vlog, so like they really liked it and everything, and they kept asking me, hey, like, where's the vlog, where's the vlog, where's the vlog? And I'm like, oh, like, I'm working on it, and I should have wet this. It's okay. I'm working on it, and then after a while they stopped asking. Then I really would work on it. I would literally go step by step, like just hope my iPad wouldn't crash. And it was working for a while, but then a lot of videos from the thing, it's over like 400 different clips, they wouldn't transfer over to my iPad, and I kind of like gave up because I had so much going on that I didn't do what I knew I should when I knew I should do it. And next thing you know, 6 months go by, and I'm like, oh, like, it just seems so late to do it, but I'm gonna still do it. I would try. And the clips just would not, like, my phone, I don't know, it would say it's downloading, and it say could not download, and all this other stuff. And I didn't do it, basically. So fast forward, life go by, I meet my husband, we get married, all that other stuff. Like, I'm not thinking about it until I think when I finally got it back in my head that I should do YouTube. People will always tell me I should do YouTube anyway, so I will always hear it anyway, especially because I used to travel a lot, like twice a month for a week at a time for like a whole year. I did that, and people were like, you should do YouTube, you should vlog your experiences. I'm like, okay. But when we were getting married, nobody knew except the people that were invited to the micro wedding. And I told myself I will vlog it because nobody knows, and this will be great to like show people the behind the scenes of preparing for our wedding. So what I did is I vlogged the preparing for our wedding, and it ended up being 2 parts, an hour each, and then I'm going to spray again to set that layer. And that was just August of this year. We got married August 28th of this year, 2025. And there are just a few spots I see that I didn't finish blending clearly. All right. And I believe, what's next? Next is my foundation. So I decided to record that entire thing, and then excuse me for a second, but this is the foundation I use. I used to use, I forget what I used to use. This is what I use now. It is House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. When I say this is the best liquid foundation I've ever tried in my life. I don't see myself getting off this unless I decide. I've been thinking about going to like stick foundations, but this is literally the best foundation on the market. It makes your skin look so good, it goes on so good, it lasts so good. They ate so bad when they made this foundation, and I can't think, like, I want to get them a hug. Group hug to the whole team. Y'all ate so bad with this. So I don't apply my foundation. Well, some people probably do apply their foundation like this. I basically have a foundation brush, like a paintbrush kind of thing. It is a matte. Is this matte? I think it is matte. Nope, it's not. It's Crown Brush. I think I stole this from my mom like years ago. She don't know. But I do basically a pump. I'm actually going to do 2 pumps, right? Onto the foundation brush. And I literally paint my skin. So, oh, we got a straggler. Oh, paint my skin. She's dripping. Hold on. Get off me. Paint my skin. Paint down my neck. All that. So that it applies evenly everywhere I need it to go. And I'm not trying to blend with over here, over there, and all that other stuff. I literally just apply even coat. So this is why I said it's like a full face, but it is a natural look. Because it really is though. I literally paint my face. A lot of people don't add foundation up there. I do because of my eczema and it is discolored up there, so kind of got to. But paint my face, and it also helps my what is that called? My eyeshadow apply good too. So get into all the crevices, get up there, get back there by the ear. Okay, and it is applied evenly. Then I go on the other side. Now I'm only going to do 1 pump because I kind of went over the line. 1 pump, unless I need another one, which I don't see me needing another one. But try to get by my hair, paint my face. Back to the story I was saying, since I'm clearly busy. And then after I paint it, I basically will go in and I'll blend it out with my beauty blender. But yes, so I recorded the behind the scenes of us getting married, and then I ended up going to New York. I recorded that as a day trip. I tried to record my birthday trip, do the things that you know you should do when you should do them. Tried to record my birthday trip, but I kept forgetting to record. So my birthday, I went to New York like with my friends and my husband, and then I also went to Chicago. My husband surprised me with Chicago, and I also started recording but forgot to finish recording. So I'm just gonna blend this out into my skin basically. Oh, sorry, hold on, almost got it, bro. I'm gonna try to like, let's see, there we go. So just spray to set this and then blend it out. And she's almost gone, unfortunately, but we still love her. And then we're just going to fan it out a little bit, not all the way. We don't want it all the way dry. We just don't want it soaking wet, basically. And it's not soaking wet, but we want it like damp. One day I'll get a fan, invest into an actual fan. One day. Alright, that's pretty good. You can see it's still kind of wet, which that's kind of what you want. But we're just going to blend it out. So, I didn't finish recording. I forgot to record the New York trip. I forgot to finish recording the Chicago trip. I have some clips from them, but it's just not enough to make into anything. So I just kind of left that. But I decided to, I was like, no, like I have all new content. I have all new footage. Like I'm gonna just leave the New Orleans vlog, for, you know, I'm gonna just leave it. And I was going to and just use the content I have, because I do have a lot of content and it is what it is. But then I was having a conversation with somebody and I was like, oh, I have like a vlog. There was like, yes, like people will still watch it, and it was that whole like post your content conversation that we were having. And so I was like, you know what, hell yeah. So I started editing it, and when I say I could not stop smiling. I could not stop laughing. And it may just be a me thing because I know who I was on a trip with, and I, like, of course, enjoy their company, and they make me laugh. But at the same time, it was just so entertaining and enjoyable to watch that I'm like, I should have been posted this. Like, I felt guilty because I know I should have been did it, basically. And so that's where we are right now. Just knowing you should have did something, and that's just like a basic example. That's an example that I have, like a living example as of right now. I have a lot of things that I feel like I should have been dead, and they may have been like maybe something I know I should have did for God, or something that I know I should have did maybe for myself, or something I know I should have just did for another person, or just something, anything, right? And a lot of times I feel like we really hold ourselves back. And now that that's on, for I was really interrupted. I feel like we really hold ourselves back when we don't do the things that we know we should do when we know we should do it. And a lot of times that may be because we feel fearful, because we feel like, oh, I'm not ready, because we feel like, oh, it's not time. And honestly, you're never going to be ready. It's never going to be time. And you're holding yourself back, and you're allowing yourself to live a small life because you're scared. And I allowed myself to live a small life when I could have started a YouTube years ago. When I finally did start, my channel grew really fast. Like, I started a month ago, and I have, let's check how many subscribers I have. 512 subscribers. I didn't expect that many subscribers. I can't find my wig cap that I fan my face with. All right. I don't know where it just went. I literally just had it and I can't find it. But a lot of times we allow ourselves to live a small life because we're scared, because we don't want to try, because we think we'll fail. And you probably will fail, and that's okay. It's called life. Literally, anybody successful will tell you that you have to fail in order to succeed. And that is scary, and it seems like a lot, and it seems overwhelming. But at the same time, how will you know what works if you don't know what doesn't work? You literally have to try. Like, when you, for example, if I'm making an outfit, I'm gonna have this perfect idea in my head, like, oh, this is going to eat so bad. Like, I'm about to give up. Don't give up. But I'm about to give up looking for this wig cap. Am I going insane? Okay, I was rudely interrupted. It fell on the floor. That's why I was looking at all these drawers and I couldn't find it. But you literally, don't remember exactly where I was, but you literally allow yourself to live such a small life when you could be living your bigger life. You could be in your big house. You could be in your big car. You could be living your big dream. You could be living your dream life, and you sit there and allow and hold yourself back because you're scared to try. You're scared to do. You're scared to start. You're scared of what other people may think. Mind you, those other people aren't even ever going to be in the same place as you because they are living a small life too. The only reason that you know that certain things exist is because people were not afraid to try and to do and to fail and to go after their dreams. So you see people and you say, oh, I want that too. Oh, I would love to live this life, because you know it exists because somebody wasn't afraid to try. Somebody wasn't afraid to fail. Somebody wasn't afraid to do. Somebody wasn't afraid to go after their dream. They were not afraid to live a big life. And my favorite quote of all time is actually on Akilah and the Bee. He made her repeat that quote, and I love it specifically for one part of it. But Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is your light. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And then that is one of my favorite parts. And then it skips on and it says, actually, let me look up the quote so I'm not telling nobody wrong. But this is House Labs foundation mixed with their concealer. Eats down bad. Eats down bad. This is the House Labs concealer. And even if you don't use that foundation, this is one of the best concealers I've yet to find, honestly. But the quote is called Our Deepest Fear. And as you know, I'm going to apply this to my under eye. I'll explain like how I do that. So basically, I take the House Labs Eaten Down Bad Concealer. Is that the Triclone Skin Tech Concealer? So it's basically the same as the foundation, but it's a concealer. And I apply it here. Because I usually go all the way down, but because my eczema, I'm actually not going to do that. It does not agree with concealer. It has not been agreeing with concealer, so I'm not even going to test it. But I usually literally swipe all the way across, and some people don't do that. They don't suggest that, but I do it because I like the way it looks. But I come down a little bit. I still do the triangle on my forehead. Sometimes it might not look like a triangle, sometimes it might look like a rectangle, but I still put it in the same place. It's the same idea no matter what. And then I do a little here. My eczema is right there, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. And then I usually do it right under my lip, but since my eczema is right there and that creases, I'm not gonna do it right there. I'm just gonna do it down there. And that's basically it. It's not looking how it's supposed to because of my eczema, but it is what it is. And then I, of course, what do? Set it. And I can hand fan that and blend it out and then set it again. So different parts of the Beauty Blender I use this flat side for my color corrector. I use the back side, the big side for my foundation, and I use this small side for my concealer. One Beauty Blender gets the job done. But as I was saying, the quote reads, the full quote: Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And I feel like that's literally exactly what I was just saying, because you only know that things are possible, that your dreams are possible, that your dream life is possible, that your goals are possible because you see others achieving the same thing. So because others allow themselves to live their big life, because others weren't afraid of how powerful they were, how big they were, how enlightened they were, because others weren't afraid to live out their dreams, to go after it, to do things that they should when they should do it, you then know that it's possible, but you just choose to live in fear. And my favorite part that I repeat over and over to myself, your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. And that goes to say, when I was talking about basically how a lot of people won't do because of what other people say. And because of what other people around them might think or might say, or anything basically. And basically, how it's said, there is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Oh, I don't want them to think. Oh, I don't want them to say. I don't want them to think that I think I'm better than them. If I'm sitting here and allowing myself to live up to my full potential when you decide to do the same exact thing every day and never chase your dreams, I am better than you. I am. Because you don't want to live up to your full potential. And not like I'll always be better than you, but when you decide to step into what you know is right for you and what you want to chase, then we'll be on the same level. Or it won't be a who's better than who, but I'm better than you when I choose to go after my dreams, when I choose not to allow myself to live such a small life and sit in the same place my entire life. You only get one life and you choose to do nothing with it. Please. Anyway, I'm just going to blend this out. I don't add a lot because, again, it's going to crease because it's already creasing, naturally a crease because of my eczema and how rough my skin is where my eczema is. So I try not to go out there, but I do try to get in the crease of my eye to just give my eye some kind of highlight. I do bring it out a little bit, but again, not too much because I don't want it to crease too much. But yeah, the other part that I thought about, and that goes to the I'm better than you part. I'm only better than you if I decide to go after what I know, if I decide to step into my full potential and you decide to stay exactly where you are. Not if we're both in our full potential and you're getting everything you're meant to have and I'm getting everything I'm meant to have, but I feel like what I have is better than you, then I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you because I decided that I'm not going to live a small life and you decided that you're going to stay in the same place your entire life, the entire time. That's when I'm better than you. But a lot of times some people be like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't be who they are. No, you can't be who they are, but you can be exactly who you're meant to be, who God created you to be. And it literally says, we are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in all of us. It's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. We are liberated from our own fear. Our presence automatically, as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberate others. I've had countless amount of people, family members, all that, come up to me and tell me like how proud of me they are, and it will be older people, it'll be younger people, how inspiring I am, and I feel like I never felt like I stepped into my full potential. I feel like that's what I'm doing now. But I will always be like, I don't understand. But it was just literally me going after any idea that popped in my head. I'm going to go after it. And a lot of times people would think, oh, I'm doing too much, or I'm being too much, or I got too much going on. I would rather have too much going on than nothing going on at all. And I think for me, it's so freeing doing everything you want to do. No matter what scale you do it on, doing everything you want to do, however you can possibly do it. A lot of times we say we're not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to go to school and be a nurse. That's too hard. I didn't know life was supposed to be easy. And there's another quote that says, I'm not sure exactly what it says, but either you either don't do it and your life will be hard because you never did it, or you do it and your life will be hard because you are doing it and it's hard. Choose your hard. So I'd rather choose the hard that's going to give me fulfillment, that's going to allow me to be the best person I possibly can be for myself, than to never have stepped into my full potential and to live such a small life. And when I die, on my tombstone, the dash that's in between the day I was born and the day I died means nothing. Anyway, now here I kind of burnt myself I was trying to straighten my edges. I was trying to get them good. This was a few weeks ago, and I burnt myself. Unfortunately, I want to make sure that and I did, but I just wanna. But it's there. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. I am a shade 8.5. Oh, I forgot to say what shade I am. The color corrector is just orange. Orange basically helps blend the hyperpigmentation, and then there's a green one, there's a blue one, there's a red one, but orange is for hyperpigmentation on dark skin, of course. And the House Labs one, I am shade 450 medium deep warm. And then in the House Labs concealer, here it is, I am shade medium golden. I think that's the shade. 34 medium golden. And then in Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder, I am a shade 8.5. This scoop, I literally did try to use it. No, it's not working for me. Yeah. And the little indentation of makeup always stays in it. It just don't work for me. But the Danessa Myricks eats them so bad. I love her. I tried to get her foundation, but they didn't have my shade, so I never actually tried her foundation. But I did do this. Is this her foundation? Is this what I'm thinking of? Yeah. But basically, I take the same foundation brush and I tap, 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 tap it in, tap, tap, tap. And if I need more coverage somewhere, which is like right there, and usually on my cheeks, I do need more coverage. That's usually like where it is. And that is it. Ooh, that is a lot that got on the side. Let me just try to get that back in. Oh, gosh. But anyway, I was spitting some game to y'all before I got to what I was doing. Before I started doing this, back to spitting game. So, I just never... I grew up in Philly, and I grew up in the hood. It is what it is. One thing I always knew I wanted to do was get out of, like, after high school, go to college. And it's running out. I was a first generation college student, but I knew I wanted to go to college because every day I would wake up, I would get dressed, I would go to school, or I would go to the store, or I would go somewhere, I would do something. And I would walk out my door, I would see the same exact people doing the same exact thing. And also, I wanted more out of life. I didn't want to stay home. I wanted to experience other things. Some people are built to stay home. I did not want to go to school in the city because I didn't want to experience the city. I knew it my entire life. I wanted to experience more, do more, be more. And not saying that you have to leave your hometown or go away to college to experience that. That's just personally what I want to do. You can definitely be in your full potential and live in the same city that you grew up in. Definitely. But I personally wanted to go away to college. And excuse me. I went away to college and I would come back for breaks. So I would come back, and this is over a course. I ended up being a super senior, so I did 5 years in college. I went away to college, and I would come back, and you know what I saw? Those same exact people doing the same exact things. And a lot of times, if they decide to take the wrong course in life, then those same things would lead them in jail or in the graveyard, and it just is what it is. But for me, that just was to show me that I made the right choice, because I'm not in the same exact place doing the same exact thing that I was doing 5 years ago. And it was very disappointing, because it was just like, I felt for my city, for my neighborhood, for my people, and a lot of people like I knew, I grew up with. And so yes, it's disappointing, yes, it's disheartening, but it was what it was. I knew I was making the right decision for myself. And from me going to college and meeting different people, I learned about different cultures, I learned about different people, I learned about different ways to do things, I learned how to talk to different people, I learned how to adapt in different situations. And not saying that you have to go to college to get those things, but that's how I learned. That's what I got out of the experience of leaving my hometown, and or my home city. It's not a town. Nothing towny about that. But I think that was me allowing myself to get into my full potential, because I was able to go and to have those different conversations and to learn about the different things, and to be open-minded about a world that is before me, and not the small world that I was in, basically. I could see that when I came back to my city, that it's not just one side of Philly. I'm from Philly, by the way. But it's not just one side of Philly. It is multiple sides. So I can live in Philly and I could be having a great time, but some people were like, oh, it's nothing in Philly, it's nothing here, it's horrible, this, that, and the third. And I see the beauty in my city, because I was able to look and see the other side. But when you stay, you don't allow yourself to grow. You'll always see the same side, because you don't change anything that you're doing. You don't allow yourself to open up to new perspectives, basically. So I was allowing myself to open up to new perspectives, to try different things, to try different activities, to try different communities and of people, and to allow myself to commune with different people around me, other than the people that I've been communing with my entire life, because I want to keep my circle small, or it's me and my day ones and nobody else can come. Like, it's not, that doesn't get you anywhere, basically. That doesn't allow you to open yourself up to new opportunities. That doesn't allow you to network and gain resources and just open doors for yourself. Okay, so I sprayed myself, and next I did my concealer. I'm not going to do too much. Usually my under eye is more bright, but it's automatically going to crease. You can already see it starting to crease. What I am going to do, I'm scared to put powder usually. I am going to do it though. But, because even though you're scared, be scared and do it anyway. So I basically take a little powder puff. This one is just like the size of a finger. And my girl Mariah taught me this, Mariah Angela. And take the powder puff, you put it on your finger, and this is Sacha Buttercup satin powder. She's still that girl, okay? Usually I take Sacha Buttercup in one size, but one size is one size. One size will get you together, but my eczema does not agree with one size. I agree with one size. I love one size. One size that girl. But my eczema said that it is not today. So we're just going to Sacha Buttercup. So I press it on there. I got a little on there. Then I take it and I dab it on my hand. Take some of it off. I take that and I put it under my under eye. And even though it has already creased and I didn't put any concealer there, it just helps it. It helps it like stay in place, basically. Especially like right here. It really does help. And over my eye, do over my eye as well, because of course that creases too. And I'm about to put on what is it called? Eyeshadow. What I should have done is I should have done my blush before I did my setting powder. But it is what it is. I am back at that girl Danessa Myrick's, because she eats down every time. This is the Yummy Skin Golden Hour. This one eats. And this is my Morphe M242 Cream and Liquid Bronzer brush. I don't use this for bronzer. I use this for my Cream and Liquid Bronzer. Yes, I don't use this for bronzer. I use this for my blush because I like how it's angled and I like how it's like stipply. So I take this, my Danessa Myricks, and I tap again. You want to be careful of how hard you tap on your face because you don't want it to be too, I don't want it to be too orange. Yeah, I guess this would be considered orange. I don't want to be too orange. So I just tap a little bit. And if I see that, okay, that's not really a lot, I can tap a little harder on how much I put on my face. But I try to, like, basically bring color to my face. That's it. And then as I add my contour around my face, my bronzer, well, contour, around my face, this won't necessarily look like this, so just be patient. But as I was saying, is I think a lot of times the mindset that we have, and we don't even realize that we have that mindset because we were born into it and it's been instilled in us. But basically, we have this mindset that we can't allow anybody new in our circle, but you've been in the same circle for your whole life and it's gotten you nowhere because y'all cannot offer each other any opportunities if y'all don't allow yourself to grow. Not saying that you have to cut off your day ones, but a lot of times somebody, like, you are only as big as the circle the people you surround yourself by. So if you surround yourself by people who are all allowing themselves to live a small life, then baby, you ain't going nowhere. Y'all can be day ones and be loyal and all that other stuff. And yes, that's good. Yes, you always want that no matter who you connect yourself with. But you have to be open that there are other people who are also loyal, but they also have resources and opportunities and allow you to gain new perspectives and allow you to learn new things other than the things you've always learned, that are not the people that you've known your whole life. The best people could be people you met 2 years ago. Somebody you meet tomorrow. And they could mean more for you. Want better for you than the people you grew up with, because the people you grew up with have the same perspectives that they always had because they won't open their mind to experience more and to do more and to be more. But yeah. So I added a little color to my face. Next, I'm going to go in with I actually don't know the name of this brush. I've had this brush for maybe 10 years. I'm not even gonna lie. 10 years. And she still eats. I don't know where I got this brush. I'm pretty sure it was a drugstore because at that time I was like just in college. I was in college, so she's a little old. But this is the True Complexion Contour Palette. And this is the dark to deep color. And if it is summertime, I use this shade, and if it is wintertime, I use this shade. And sometimes, like if I'm in between, like right now it's fall, I will probably use both of them, but use this one more. But yeah, and this one is highlighter. This is supposed to be contour, this is supposed to be sculpt, and this is supposed to be highlighter, but I use them for what I need to use them for. So I tap, tap, tap. Clearly, I need a new one, but every time I go into the Ulta or anything, they don't have this color, and it gets me every time because, like, how are niggas supposed to get her looks off if I ain't got what I need? So I just swirl it around a little bit, and I literally go on my hairline. I messed up my edges a little bit, but we can fix it. It's okay. It's alright. Usually I try to avoid my edges, and it comes out good, but that didn't happen today, and that's okay. But yeah, I just add some warmth to my face and also blend down my neck because I want it all to be good. Didn't mean to tap that one. But this color seems to be doing the job of what I wanted to do. So we're good. But this cheek is a little darker than what I want it to be, so I'm going to blend it out a little bit, and I'll show you how I do that when I need to do that. But basically over that whole mindset pretty on. And then because that brush was pretty old, I did end up getting a new brush, and this is the Morphe M104 foundation brush. It's really good for foundation, but because I use my beauty blender and I haven't had a problem with that, maybe when I might switch to cream, I may change to this. But basically, I blend out this around, and sometimes I just use this anyway, but I didn't see it, so I just seen it. And I just blend out, and it does pretty good. But at some point, you get tired of living the same life. At some point, you get tired of being so small. At some point, you want more. And you just get exhausted. You get tired. You get burnt out from doing the same exact thing. Working the same exact job. And you wish, and you wish, and you wish. And you never achieve because you don't do. That's why I said we have to do the things that we know we should do when we know we should do them. I should have edited that vlog in 2023 and got my YouTube channel off the ground, and who knows where I would be by now. But I didn't. I waited until now because I let a technical difficulty get in the way, or I let other things in life get in the way because I was prioritizing things that I'm not going to say I should not have, because I prioritized the things that mattered, but I should have also prioritized that, and I didn't. And there were plenty of times I had the chance and I had the time to edit, to do what I knew I should, that I didn't do it, and I didn't do it. So I think that this cheek is a little too, I don't know. But when I want to tone it down, I basically grab my beauty blender, the side that has the foundation on it, and I tap it a little bit. Not too much because I still want the color. I'm going to tap it a little bit. And it literally just tones down because it puts a little bit of foundation in there and it blends it out a little bit. But I still have that color on my cheeks and we're good. But yeah, and then I just spray. Whew. And I fan. And for me, I think that, like, if you go to my Instagram page, you'll see in my bio that I have like 8 different Instagram pages connected to my personal page, right? And the reason that is because any idea that I had in my head, I go after. And because I have ADHD, so I can maintain all of those. I can do everything at once. And some people who even don't have ADHD can still do that. But for me, my mind just nonstop is going. So I always have an idea. And if I would have never went after the ideas that I had, I would have never achieved the things that I did. Granted, if I had went after more things and not been so scared, I would have achieved even more. Yes, but at least I allowed myself to try something. Allow yourself to try something. Allow yourself to do something. Allow yourself to dream about something and actually go after it. Don't sit on your dreams and sit on what you know you should be doing. So, now that that is done, I'm going to take, this is the Juvia's Place, the Nubian Glow palette. And this is my signature look. I literally, like, if I'm not doing anything, this is the look I always do, like, basically. So I take this shade and put it on my lid, and then I stipple this shade, and I'll show y'all. And depending on the day, I'll either do this shade or this shade in the corner of my eye. Today I think I'm going to do this shade just to tone it down. I'm not doing anything big, just to tone it down. Even if I'm like doing something like big, I still will do this exact same eye look. I've always learned that orange looks good on me. Like, look at my blush. Yeah. Orange look good on me. Pink does too, but orange for sure eats. Orange makes me glow. This is the Morphe M302 eye packer, and that's exactly what I use to pack my eyelid. So I basically like press down and shake a little bit to get a lot of like pigment up. And I tap on my eyelid, literally, and cover my entire eyelid and until it gets as dark as I need it to. But yeah, and people are so inspired by me, and it's like, girl, you could be living your dream life if you just go after what you want. Stop worrying about what other people are thinking about you. They're still going to think about you what they think about you, whether you go after it or whether you don't. So why not just do it? People are still going to talk trash. People are still going to look down upon if they looking down upon you. People are still going to judge you. People are still going to gossip. People are still going to have their opinions, and you can't control what anybody else thinks. You literally cannot control what anybody else thinks. So why not just live your life and control what you think? Control what you do. Control what you go after. Control the life you live. And a lot of times there's so many... I was watching a sermon, and he was saying how he took some kids to a graveyard, and he asked them, what do they see? And they were saying like, oh, we see a grave, we see tombs, we see dead bodies, da-da-da. And he was like, I see books that were never written. I see children that were never born. I see dreams that were never manifest. I see basically a whole bunch of wasted potential because these people didn't go after the lives that they knew they were meant for. These people didn't go after, do the assignments that God had for them because they were scared. Because they had excuses. Because life was hard. And I think that's so true. Because a lot of people die not achieving the things that they know they should. Not going after the life that they know they should. So after I pack it, I don't spray. After I pack it, I go in with a rounded eyeshadow brush, I guess you could say. This is a ColourPop brush. It doesn't... E16. I'm about to say, this does not say what brush it is. But what I do is I take it and I press in a little bit. And I try to get like little... It's glitter. So it comes off on the brush as glitter. But I try to get like enough, you know? And I don't even know if y'all can see that. Let's see. But there we go. So I try to, and I just tap my eyelid, literally, that's it. And I do the same thing. Tap, tap, tap. And if it's too much, like this is too much. Let's see. This is too much. So I'm gonna take this, tap, tap, tap. And it's still some on there, and it's a good amount, but it's not packed on there. And I just try to have it, just basically make my lids sparkle, right? Then I go to the other one. And I tap, tap, tap. There we go. And then what I do is I take like this is a ColourPop E21. I got this brush exactly for this exact purpose. I usually don't go after what the brush has is for. I go after the look of the brush and what I'm trying to achieve by it. But I guess if like you're just starting out, then you can go after what it's for, right? So I take this and I just press it in, nothing special, and I go in my corner. And it basically highlights my corner, the corner of my eye. Gives it a little sparkle. And this will really come together once I put my lashes on. I poked myself in the eye a little bit. But yeah, there we go. And now what I'm going to do is spray again. And I will fan myself. And I do want to make myself clear about what I'm saying, basically when I'm saying all this. And I'm not saying that you have to go out there and be a content creator. I'm not saying that you have to go out there and be the president. Don't be the president of the United States. I'm not saying that you have to go and do the most extravagant thing. I'm saying that you have to make sure that you're living up to your full potential. You have to make sure you're living up to the person you should be. The reason that there are so many jobs on this planet is because everybody is meant to be a different person. So somebody could go and be a politician. Somebody could go and be an influencer. Somebody could go and be a professor. Somebody could go and be a daycare teacher. Somebody could go and run a college. Somebody could open their own business. Somebody could go and be an investor. Somebody could go and be an entrepreneur. But if all these people live up to their full potential, the world would be such a better place, and you wouldn't be envious of somebody else or jealous of somebody else or wishing you had what somebody else had, because you're living up to your full potential. You having everything that you should have and everything that you want to have, because no goal that you set for yourself will be unattainable, because you're always going to be making sure you're living your big life and not living a small one. And I'm just going to refresh my edges. Refresh them. And I do have to go soon. So basically I'll refresh my edges. It looks like right here I need to actually redo, because that is where it, okay, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we are. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely not going to be the last time I talk about this, because I feel like it's so important, and a lot of times it takes for a while for somebody to hear something for it to actually click and apply it to themselves. Some people don't know what they're meant for. But that's when you got to get connected with God, honey. He gonna tell you. I know that my purpose is my voice. I know that my words have power. I know that the things I say change things in people. That's my purpose. That's what I'm meant to do. So no matter what I'm doing, as long as I'm using my words, it will impact. It will affect. It will make change. It will help. Yours may be your art. Yours may be how you dance. Yours may be how you work. It could be anything. Mine is my words. But you have to allow yourself to live up to your full potential. And that's what matters. Now, I just put lip gloss on, but I'm about to do my lips. So I'm going to wipe these off, but I'm going to put it right back on because, excuse me. So, wipe my lips. Wipe. And I'm going in with this is Urban Decay. I usually use Kat Von D, but I can't find her. And Urban Decay is really good too. So this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. And it is in the shade Perversion. It is like one of their blackest shades, basically. Eye pencils last to me. They're really good. I just really wanted a black one. So basically, I go on literally tracing the outline of my lips. That is all I'm doing. I think I have to put a little bit of Aquaphor down because my eczema is already starting. I can't allow my skin to get dry for even a second. And it's just a little bit, so it's not too much. And I can like dab a little bit, but at least my skin's moisturized. But I'm basically going to, I gotta wipe a little bit more. So, going to line. My lips. And then pressing. And then if some got around a little bit, I literally take my foundation, my beauty blender, the side that has the foundation on it, and I press my lips together and I just pat. But I like press so that I can see where the black is so that it gets it. You see the black there? So a little bit of the black got on my, like, it just messed up. So I had to basically put a little bit more foundation back up there and then come back and line my lips again. Mistakes happen, things happen. Sometimes you fail, but you keep going. And then all right, so, and if you just clearly, I keep messing up, but you know what I'm gonna do? Try again. I also feel like if you're living up to your full potential, you're doing everything that you should be doing when you should do it, then you literally don't have the time or the energy or anything to worry about what somebody else is doing or have opinions about somebody else's life. You don't have the time to sit there and gossip about somebody else because I'm too focused on me to worry about them. I'm worried about me. And so for the inside, basically, I do a little bit of wiping to get like the middle done. And I'm going to go in with Edam. This is the lip softening balm, of course, but this is the Burnt Malai shade. And originally I got this for like just an everyday gloss. This is not an everyday gloss. It's very pigmented. It's like a brown. And it's good. It's just not everyday for me. My everyday is a little bit more sheer. And this is like not sheer. If something gets like in there, I don't want like when I talk it to separate. So I just like take my tongue and just wipe that part that connects basically. So I do that and it kind of mixes in with the liner and that's exactly what I want. Love it. But you see what I mean? It's like very pigmented. I'll be wanting it. This Summer Fridays, they don't have, I didn't see it in Sephora as a regular one. This is a holiday flavor. It's scent and it is toasted marshmallow. It smells so good. I'm gonna put some of this on because it just smells so good. But I'm definitely a multi-gloss girl. This Refi, it's just a clear gloss basically. It's so hydrated. I love it. If I didn't put the Summer Fridays on, it would just be Refi, but I did. And I want to make sure my lips stay hydrated. And now what I usually do, here it is. Okay, good, because I thought I was gonna have to get ghetto for a second. But what I usually do is take a little bit of this. This is a Q-tip. Spray it. They have them like pointed makeup Q-tips and they are so good, but I don't have any more. And I press it on. I have a beauty mark And I like for them to show. A lot of times people think that they are drawn on. I have one right here next to my eyebrow, and then I have one right here. And I just take it and press and then rub a little bit. Not doing too much because that is also, it's not but so big. But I just take the makeup off of it before I set it for a final time with a different setting spray. So I take and I press and I like twist a little bit, get the makeup off of it. I realized that I forgot to do my brows. So that's what we're gonna do. Usually I brush, this is before everything basically. What I do is I take some toilet paper and I basically wipe the foundation or any product that I may have gotten on my brows off. So I usually do this after I've applied my foundation and before I do concealer. I take it off because it makes them, of course, darker. I brush to shape. Brush to shape. And another thing, you ever notice when people are hating, they usually say, oh, look at her little car, look at her little house. And that's because those people are living in such little lives, living their little lives, that they can imagine somebody else living their big life with their big car and their big house. So that everything else has to be little that everybody else has, because how dare you live a big life? How dare you have your big car and your big life and your big job and your big accomplishment? How dare you? So yes, everything's little. Look at your little boyfriend, look at your little husband, look at your little job, look at your little house, look at your little phone, little car, little, just everything. Everything's little. Because my life is so small that nothing else could possibly be big. It can't be that good. It can't be that big. I am going to apply my lashes. Before I do, I'm about to set my face. Usually I apply my lashes and then set my face, but I can't. I gotta go get my lashes. So, this is the One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. Now, this setting spray, she's good. I love this girl down. But a lot of times what people be doing, they'll do a little, alright, I'm done. If you want this setting spray to work how it's supposed to work and to literally glue your look together, you literally have to spray your face down. Hold your breath so the chemicals don't get in your nostrils, in your lungs, and spray. And you will literally feel it going on like glue and just gluing your face together. So nothing will come off. So I usually stop and take a breath because I be holding my breath, and yeah, I be needing to breathe. And that's what, excuse me, that's basically it. I just apply my lashes and I'll show y'all how I do that in a little bit. Alright, so I got my lashes and I'm going to explain how I put my lashes on. A lot of times people take so long to put their lashes on and to get done their lashes that it literally takes less than 5 minutes if you just do it like right, basically. Well, like this. I'm not gonna say right. There's no right or wrong way to do things. There's no right or wrong way to live life either. But I take it, and this is the I Envy by Kiss. This is a super strong hold 3D eyelash adhesive, and it is the clear. So I take it and I just basically pull it out, and I literally just put the glue exactly where I want my lash to go. I can't stress this enough. Exactly where you want your lash to go. Right. So I'm going to just do this one and then I want it on my waterline, so I'm putting it on my waterline. You want your corners to stick? Make sure you put it in your corners. And then, my fan, when the glue starts to get a little white, I literally just put the lash on, and it's only going to go where you put the glue. And where'd you put the glue? Exactly where you want your lash to go. So the longest part of this is literally waiting for the glue to dry. You're not trying to place it. You're not, no, you're just literally placing the lash. So it's starting to turn white. I mean clear. And is this lash? I don't know what lashes I have. They're not in the container anymore. So because it started to go clear, I'm gonna pick up my lash, and I actually think I want to wear these ones. I just look at them. I can't tell you where they're from because I don't know. But I want to take the lash, make sure nothing's on it that's going to poke me in my eye, and I put it down, and I press in each part of it. Voila. It's literally on. You know why? Because I put the glue exactly where I want my lash to go. Make sure you press in the corners. And bam. Open the glue again. Usually I do glue, and then I can just do lash, and it's done. But literally just place it right on. They kind of be touching my lash a little bit because it's literally exactly where I want my lashes to go. I'm not sitting there blowing the lashes or nothing like that. Sometimes I don't even fan my lashes. I just walk around. Maybe I need to get a shoot. Or I need to figure out what I'm doing or something like that. And I literally just do that. But yeah. But since I'm not walking around and trying to figure out anything, I'm literally just fanning. Oh, my ring fall off now. And going on about my life. But yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to live a small life. I want to live a big life. My big life, okay? I want to go after everything that is meant for me, and I don't want to be in the same place that I was 3 years from now. I don't want to be wishing I had started. I don't want to be wishing I did. I don't want to be wishing and hoping in anything because I can do now. So, I'm almost done editing the 2023 vlog like I should have did 2 years ago. And I'm not sure if I'll post this first or post the vlog first, but either way, it's going up. It might already be up. Who knows? Go check it out. And I'll definitely talk about this again. I'll definitely speak about this again. I think it's just so important for people to understand and to change. Everybody needs to change at some time. We all need to change. We all need to continuously be changing. We all need to continuously be doing. We all need to continuously be going after. But we need to make sure that we do the things that we need to do when we know we need to do them. And since I wasn't fanning, now that's clear. And I probably waited a little bit too long, I ain't gonna lie. Because I was chit-chatting. But if you wait too long, it starts to get like tacky. I don't know how to explain it, but oh, we got a little bit right here. What's this? Got it. Got it. And we're done. This is our makeup look. This is what it looks like. Love it. Actually, we're not done. I lied so bad. I never finished my eyebrows. I never finished it. So this is my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I do want to try another brow product, but I haven't. I literally always forget about my brows when I go to the store. Clearly, I always forget about it when I'm doing my routine as well. So, what's in? But basically, take an angled brush, and this is the ColourPop E6, and this has a really fine tip. I literally just tap. You don't need a lot. These always last a really long time because you literally don't need a lot. And I just line my brows how I want them to look. I don't want it too dark, but also, of course, don't want it too light. And I don't want the beginning defined, kind of. I just like press in the outline of it in the beginning, and then I draw the rest so that it's not as defined, if that makes sense. And I'll like, I don't want to say color in, but essentially that's basically what you're doing. I brush up in the beginning. I don't brush up here. Sometimes I will if this line is like really, if it's just not as dark as I need it to be. But I try not to color this in as much. Basically, shade it in is what I was looking for. But yeah, I will draw. I can't say I'm an expert on brows, so don't pay this part on mine. Actually, I actually might cut this out, and then after that I just go and we messed up a little bit. That's why the skin cut out. There we go. And that's what I'm talking about. So this is our finished look.
In the city, maybe you should drive a Yukon. Pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like, are you with me? In the phantom with the roof gone.